Our guest this week is Gilbert Wavamunno, Sales Director of Spear Motors. We asked Gilbert to briefly tell us the history of Spear Motors.
Spear Motors started in 1974, so it's over 40 years in business now. It's primarily an automobile, basically distributor, with a range of products from Mercedes-Benz to Chrysler Jeep and Dodge, and also now Fuso. Let me tell you some things about Spear Motors that you may not already know. I'll start with the more recent news that Fuso now is under the Daimler AG group, meaning Fuso is now part of the family together with our existing brand like Mercedes-Benz. So we now are actually the official distributor for Fuso commercial vehicles and Mitsubishi Fuso commercial vehicles, and also for service and parts. On our website, it says our vision is to be the best automobile dealer in Uganda. I feel we are on the path to achieving that, as you never really reach the end, but it's always that path of trying to reach that goal, that holy grail of goals. So we are working very hard towards improving day by day, month by month, year by year, towards becoming what we would term the best automobile dealer in Uganda.
And which brands do you distribute at Spear Motors?
The brands we officially represent from the manufacturers are Mercedes-Benz, Jeep, Chrysler and Dodge, which are now part of the FCA group, and Fuso or Mitsubishi Fuso.
Gilbert, how do you read the current trends in the Uganda motor industry from your perspective?
The way I read the current trends in the Uganda motor industry is basically there is a shift towards people looking more and more at using new vehicles, especially in the commercial sector with trucks, because they're looking at the benefits of how do we save money. I mean, we buy something cheap, but it ends up costing us more to run, to keep, maintain, etc. Whereas you spend more buying something new, but you actually spend far less over the years. And when you compare both charts, graphs, you've spent less money buying a new vehicle, a new truck, for example, and running it for 10, 20 years, versus having bought 5, 6 different used trucks along the same period. So the trend is now for a lot of transporters in that segment to move there. And then in the private sector, you find people showing more interest in new vehicles with the options for passenger vehicles, with the options of financing on the side, where they're getting tired of all the headache. They want less hustle and bustle. They want to focus just on their work, but the car should do its job. So there's so much opportunity now to get the financing, buy a brand new vehicle, and there's quite a spread of vehicles now available that can work in this market. Now, if somebody is wondering whether they should buy a second-hand or a new car, my advice would be, first of all, you have to look at the budget you have, to be honest. If your budget is extremely limited, then you would first look, let's say, at a second-hand car. But when you look at a second-hand car, also look at really what are you getting out of that second-hand car, and how do you plan on maintaining that second-hand car. So you should try and get something which has some sort of certified history. Let me give an example that rather than just chasing that because it has the latest number plate, you would look at maybe this vehicle was imported brand new through an official dealer, such as ourselves. The customer has maintained it for the last maybe 5, 6 years, very low mileage, because usually you'd find the car has maybe only 30,000, 40,000. And then you look at the possibility of buying such a vehicle, rather than believing that a straight outward import would be better than something that's already ridden on our roads, because you don't know whether the other used vehicle has been fully maintained wherever it came from. You don't even know if it was never written off in a bad accident and somebody just patched it together and sent it over. Since there's no real control on what's coming in, you end up with a lot of vehicles which are either dangerous or will end up costing you a lot more. So when you make this decision, you should make it in a more informed basis, search around. For example, even on our website, we have a used section which you can click used cars to see what even we are offering or what our customers are offering to sell on that they bought maybe 5 years ago or even 8 years ago. And the prices are much lower and they could be of interest. Then, if you do have the budget, I would always say buy a new vehicle, because there's less headaches. You have a factory warranty to cover you for maybe up to 3 years, depending on which brand you're buying from us. This is something which lets you do your job, and the car just takes you from where you have to go, and you get to enjoy even your drives regardless of the traffic. You get to enjoy going home or going to the office or going wherever you're going with a new car, knowing that you're not stressed about it randomly breaking down.
Gilbert, thanks for being with us. Before you leave, anything else that you'd like to share?
Other maybe some few last pointers, which might be again summarizing some of the points I already mentioned earlier, is that whenever someone looks at buying a vehicle, they should try and look more into what are they getting out of their vehicle, new or used. What features does it have? Do these features work? Because some people may not know what exactly the benefit of ABS is, which is the anti-braking system. But I mean, just to answer that, the benefit of that is when you hit the brakes hard in an emergency, you're still able to turn the steering wheel and avoid the object, whether the object is another person, a car, or border, whatever. That is the benefit of ABS. But some people buy the vehicle, see the ABS light on, and just say it's okay. They don't realize the safety aspect behind it. And also the other big one is safety belts. I see a lot of people, they wear safety belts, but there's a number who don't, or click it in but put the safety belt behind their back. That is actually dangerous if you have a car with an airbag system, because the car will believe you're still strapped in. So if you have an accident, the airbag deploys and you're not at the seat where you should be. You're actually right at the airbag as it's exploding out. So these are some little things that customers should try to get themselves informed about. So when they go to buy new or used, find out what the features are, find out how to use the vehicle. Now, as Spear Motors, we train each of our customers on the vehicle before they leave. So they know all the functions. We explain all these safety aspects, even some of the newer ones where the car can automatically brake itself to prevent an accident. And so the customer goes informed and understands you're paying for all these benefits. And these benefits at the end of the day are to protect you. You know, this is an investment in yourself, an investment in your own health and your own safety. I mean, the car can help you up to X point, but you should try and, let's say, invest to make sure you buy a car that is safe and will do the job and keep you and your family safe.
Gilbert Wavamunno, thank you so much for being with us on Revved Up.
Thank you.